Hello, everybody. This is a special posting for September 18th, 2025. The amount of, it's not even misinformation, it's just over the top, complete blanket coverage of comets and, oh, it's woo woo. Everything's going to crash into Earth and they're all aliens and comets are hitting comets in the sky. And it's so unbelievable. And this started in July when the comet 3I Atlas was discovered. The the over the over speculation on this comet was rampant, and it came right out of the chute. And this was planned. This is a what you would call one of the planned misinformation campaigns. They were just waiting for something because we'd already had two uh, objects that came in that were detected from at high velocity, so implying that they're coming from far deeper space than the normal comet entourage that come into our solar systems. But what I want to talk about today is, it took me a while to try and figure out what was going on, what this was all about. Because when this happens, there's something going on behind the scenes. What are they trying to push? What's the agenda, etc.? And so I think I've finally at least got a handle on it. So that's why I'm making this post. And I don't want to clog up my weekly radio show anymore on this particular topic. I've been dedicating too many shows to this cometary topic. So I want to do a couple special shows and post them for you to see and to get an idea what's going on here, because it's so over the top. The amount of information, and this is what I want to point out also here, because let me just put it this way. We have a guy named Avi Loeb from Harvard, a legitimate astrophysicist who's turned somewhat renegade. Talking about extraterrestrials, all of that is good. He's got tenure, so they can't fire him. But let me tell you something. This is at Princeton. They could fire him. They could sideline these people if they wanted to, by pulling funding, by doing other things. Or when I was at Cornell, they got rid of tenured people who spoke up, and I knew a lot of tenured people there who would not open their mouth even though they had tenure. Okay, so just putting that into perspective. But let's take this from the perspective of, say, somebody who's a university professor. Possibly they work for NASA, JPL, Goddard, Los Alamos, or one of the other places where they house NASA scientists, people that work on NASA projects, even though their funding or their paycheck may come from another agency, government agency, etc. But they're wondering, why are they not, with this comet coming into the solar system with unusual properties, and I've talked about this on my recent TV radio shows, that there's nothing unusual about this comet. It's just coming in a little faster, but everything is explainable by my plasma discharge comet model. But the Tier 2 scientists, the dirty snowball comet guys, got to be scratching their heads. Why are they being sidelined? Why is their expertise not being sought? And why is all of this publication being given on, say, YouTube channels by people who really have no science background at all? And I'll show you some of this in a minute. So that's one of the first questions, is why are the standard scientists, the ones you would typically think might be spouting about this comet, why are they being sidelined? First, it was one comet, and now all of the comets. I just saw a headline, 7 comets are all going to crash together in the sky. And they're making associations that have no foundation at all. They're talking about 2 comets hitting each other, which is, no, these comets are in totally different orbits, totally different paths, have no chance of even coming close to each other. Yet the headlines abound that these comets, one is, an alien spaceship with with sterling silver derived, whatever that is. I mean, the silliness, the craziness is just beyond. But the majority of these YouTube channels are AI generated. And you can see from you can also see that behind the scenes, NASA is supporting this nonsense by providing the detailed photographs, images, etc. And you can tell they're coming out of NASA. And now we've seen this before back in the old Planet X days when there was craziness abounding on the primitive internet back there and on radio shows, etc., saying that Planet X was going to come and crash into Earth and giving dates May 15th, 2003. And it's getting to that level of coverage. And it's clearly disinformation that's been crafted. Now, like I say, a lot of it is AI generated. The voices are AI generated. And these web pages have just kind of like bursted out of nowhere. So once again, you find ample evidence for NASA and the NASA disinformation engines grinding out this just vast quantity of information. An example, one of the YouTube channels had some like 50-some thousand followers. Within 18 hours, one of the videos posted had close to 500,000 views. That's like 10 times the number of people viewing this than our subscribers within a day. Now, how did that happen? How in the universe did these remarkable numbers, how were they achieved? And the only answer is that YouTube itself is pushing this out in front of everybody. And then, if everybody sees this, that's the thing, is blanket coverage. So a lot of people are clicking on this if those numbers are even real. Okay, this is the public YouTube presentation of this information. I'm going to have extended information on my Patreon channel on this topic and more, other daily postings there. I encourage you to go there, and I'll have quite a bit more information on this topic, and that is patreon.com/JMCCSCI. So go to the Patreon channel for more information on this topic.